Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope you're all having a really beautiful day. So today's video I'm actually going to be doing my first tutorial video on this channel, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I create the fairy eyes that I usually put on most of my characters nowadays in my sketches and paintings, kind of show you the process that I do when I'm drawing eyes, and also a little bit of tips when you're coloring and editing them when you want to post to Instagram and stuff like that. So when you start off doing your eye, you want to start with kind of like a blob almond shape, and that's going to be the main part of the eyeball. And my tip for this is when you have the upper lash line and the lower lash line, always keep the upper lash line darker because that's where the heavy lashes are going to be, and barely draw in the lower lash line because that's where the tear duct is and also the thinner lashes, so it'll be lighter naturally. Also add a little rounded rectangle shape on the sharper corner of the almond shape eye, and that will also be part of the tear duct, and lightly sketch in the iris, because these eyes will not have pupils, just so you guys know, but you can always add pupils. This is just again how I do it, and you can add whatever or take away whatever you want from this tutorial. Shade around the eyeball to make it appear kind of round, shade the upper part and the sides, and then I added the lid and a little bit of shading underneath the eye because there will be a little bit of darkness underneath the eye. So I'm just filling that in right now, and during this tutorial just gradually keep building the upper lash line, because the upper lash line again will be very dark, and you want to keep it dark compared to the rest of it. So right now I'm also adding shading in the crease of the lid as well as underneath the eye again, and I'm also adding a little bit of light gray in the iris. Again, there will be no pupils. Keep the edge of the iris very light, as well as the eyeball and the lid. And there will also be a big highlight on the iris in the upper right hand corner, so keep that light as well. However, you can make the eyes as dark as you want, as light as you want. You can add color to them. Again, in the supply list I listed at the beginning, it's optional if you want to do colors or not. I usually keep colorful, but not too colorful. I usually just do a light glaze over it with pink or something. So I'm still just adding more dimension to the bottom, the crease, and the eyeball itself. And I'm keeping the iris very light because I want them to almost appear like they're glowy, like they're very glassy. And while I'm doing this, I'm keeping the upper lash line very dark. And I just added the wing, and if you want to wing the eyeliner on the character, you can. If not, it's totally up to you. I don't really like the wing I did, but I don't know. I didn't do a wing for the other two eyes. I'm taking my white Prismacolor pencil now, and I'm adding highlights to the iris. I'm coloring the entire iris white, as well as part of the eyeball and the inner corners of the eye and that little bit of tear duct right in the center. You want to really focus the highlight on the iris and the inner corner because those are the elevated parts, and those are the parts that we want to seem very glowy and youthful almost. And during this entire process, I will be lightly layering the white colored pencil and the actual mechanical pencil on the iris, but again, I'm keeping it very glassy and hazy almost. Now I'm taking my liner. You can pick any liner you want, whatever works for you. The thinner the better when it comes to eyelashes. However, if you're gonna do how I did the process kind of wrong, I should have done lashes before I did colored pencil, because if you run a thin liner through colored pencil, the wax could kind of mess up the liner tip, and you don't want that, especially if the liner was a little bit more expensive. I kind of messed up mine, which kind of sucks, but I'll try to fix that, I don't know. But you can switch the steps if you're using colored pencil. But I'm taking my liner and I'm working again on the wing, and I'm going to start adding lashes in a couple seconds, I think. And throughout this entire thing, again, I'm keeping the iris very light, along with the inner corners, and then the crease will be dark, as well as the under eye part. And you can use your finger to blend it out if you don't have any tools. I don't have any tools for blending, so I just use my finger and it gets the job done. And just so you guys know, I will walk you through this eye, and the other two eyes are very similar, and the only real difference is the form at the beginning. And the shapes at the beginning of the eye are honestly the most important part, because if you don't have the right foundation, the eye won't look right. And I like how my eyes turned out, however, this first one was kind of rough, and I really like the second one I did, and that will be shown in a little bit. But now I'm adding very heavy lashes on the top and very light lashes on the bottom. Again, you can do this how you want, but that's just how I choose to do it because I think it looks very dewy and dreamy looking. Now I'm about to take my Jelly Roll pen and my white acrylic paint. You don't need these if you can get a bright enough highlight with the white pencil. However, I prefer to because again I like to keep my highlights very, very white. And I added a really bright round highlight in the upper right hand corner of the iris, as well as I kept the ring around the iris very light with the white gel pen, as well as the inner corner, and I added white freckles in the end to kind of make it seem a little bit more magical. And these are like fairy eyes almost, so I wanted to keep with the fairy theme and give them very ethereal looking freckles. But my main tip for this, you guys, is again, just keep layering the the iris, to keep it very hazy looking and to keep that upper lash line very, very dark. And also nail the form. Like if you look at my sketch right before I start doing all the crazy stuff, really try to get that shape down, because again, the shape at the beginning is the most important part of any freaking like proportional drawing you're trying to do. So that's also the hardest part for me. So it usually took me a couple tries, and I filmed this a couple times, so I really hope this is helpful. I'm about to switch over to the other two eyes. They're done pretty much the exact same, except with different angles. The first eye, the character is looking straight at the viewer. The second eye, the character is kind of on an angle but still looking at the viewer, while the third eye is looking off into the distance. And those are the three types of eyes I usually do. So for the second eye, I'm doing the same thing. I sped this one up a little bit more. I have that rounded almond shape. I have that rounded rectangle on the sharp side of the almond. I sketched in the eye lightly, and I did the crease and the under eye parts. I blended it out with my finger. I colored the iris white, and then I kept building those colors and shadows and highlights until I got the desired effect. Again, try to do lashes before you use colored pencil, because I don't want you guys to slaughter your liners, and I would feel horrible if I accidentally led you guys to do that. And for this eye, I also chose to use colored pencil, which again is optional, but I thought it would look really nice, so I added some pinks and blues to make it seem again a little bit more magical. For the third eye, I did the exact same thing, but since it's on an angle, the shape is really weird, and I'm not sure if I like how the third eye turned out. However, it is giving off that effect of looking off into the distance, and I did add some turquoise in the third eye. And I will put a full list of my materials down below in the description box, so if you guys need them, you can go get them and kind of replicate what I've done here. And just so you guys know, last week I missed both of my videos, partly because a collab wasn't finished, and another because school was really stressful. So I apologize for that, but my schedule is back on track now, and I should have videos up twice a week, as long as school doesn't get super overwhelming. So I'm about to finish the second eye. Again, I'm using that white Jelly Roll pen and white acrylic paints to do really bright highlights, because I love doing really bright, dewy highlights on eyes. And for the entire face in general. I would have done brows, but I'm not very good at brows yet. I feel like my brows are just like very boring, and I really want to get good at showing like the individual hairs, but I don't really have the time to practice brows at the moment. But when I'm getting good at brows, I'll do a full tutorial on how to do like an entire face maybe. Or if you guys need help drawing anything, I can always do a tutorial on that. Or if you like part of my art that you'd like me to show you how to do, I can definitely do that as well. Just leave suggestions down below in the description box. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you're not already. And check out some of my other videos, because I incorporate these eyes into a lot of my sketches. And I'll actually post some of the pictures I've done these with right now. And I've done them with sketches and paintings. Again, it's a very new thing that I've been trying. I haven't been doing this for very long, maybe a couple months I've been doing these eyes. So I really like how they look, and I really think they really add something to the character and make them seem very ethereal and mysterious. And I'm adding the white freckles on every eye because again, I'm obsessed. And now you guys, if you want to make the eyes actually appear like they're glowing, you can do that traditionally, but I'm still getting the hang of it, so I didn't do this with these. But at the end, I will show a picture of before I edited it with GIMP, which is an app you can get for free on your computer. And it's basically, it just allows me to have the tool where I can put a little bit of a gradient and a very bright highlight in the eyes with the digital equipment that I have. And I really made the eyes glow, and I don't really do this for a lot of my editing because I just really got into it. However, it does really add a nice dreamy effect. So again, if you want to do that, I use GIMP, and I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, it's one of those things. Or I can pretty much use any online digital painting app to do the same thing. I just have a low opacity brush, and I just kind of tap it over the eye until it gets as bright as I want it to. So I really hope this is helping with you guys. If you guys have any more questions or I didn't explain something very well, just again ask down below and I will explain it to the best of my abilities. And again, I will have social media links and supply lists down below in the description box. So I really hope this video helped you guys. I love you guys. Thanks again for the support. I'm just about to hit 1,000 followers on Instagram and I'm freaking out. And then I'm almost at 100 subscribers on YouTube, and that's crazy because I haven't been doing this that long. So yeah, I really hope this was helpful, and I will definitely see you guys at the end of the week for my collab video. I love you all, and I will be posting the final images of these eyes on Instagram as well as at the end of this video. I will talk to you guys later.